Goodbye to FX in 3, 2, 1. Word. Oh. I feel out of control without the headphones on my head.
You can have them back.
Well, okay. So welcome to the podcast.
What up? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
For the 70th time.
Sure, anytime, bro.
Yeah. You think you're gonna use that as the intro?
I think I might have to edit it up a little bit.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something.
Okay. That's what podcasts are all about. So go
ahead. Do you believe in podcast agendas?
What do you mean?
Coming in with a list of directions you want to take it.
Oh, no, for us, but one day I want to come in with some preparation.
Yeah. 3 or 4 open-ended questions if things get stale. But things don't get stale with us.
Right. But I was thinking if I ever have guests, I actually will have 3 to 5 fallback questions.
Yeah.
You know.
It's weird because most people seem to have a very rigid structure to theirs.
Yeah.
They know exactly the questions they're gonna ask.
Yeah.
And they change it. The only real exception is Joe Rogan. And I'm sorry to be bringing up Joe Rogan already, but he seems to not have any plan at all going in.
Right.
But somehow it works for him.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not the only one.
Yeah.
I don't know. My favorite podcast is The Brilliant Idiots, and they're pretty freeform, but then they'll talk about topical conversations like what's in the news.
Mm-hmm.
But what's cool about the way we do it is it's evergreen. So the shit we talk about, it doesn't have to be the week of. It could be when.
Oh my god! Do you see what Mello?
Yeah, he's trying to cuddle you. My cat is twisting up. Mello, come here. Get down. So the shit we talk about is evergreen. It's not of the moment, you know.
Not of the moment.
It's not topical. It's not we're not talking about the news, the impeachment.
Yeah.
Right. Or whatever else is going on right now. What is going on right now?
Dude, the last 4 weeks of my life have been pure chaos. I haven't even paid attention. I've heard that the president of the United States has been impeached. I've heard that, but I really don't. I'm not following what's really going on.
You've been so involved in your own life that
I know. Yeah.
You don't even know what's going on with that.
Yeah. Man, I was watching the news today so I don't even have cable at home.
Yeah.
But my parents have cable, and I was watching the news today, and I was hearing about all this craziness that's happening in India right now.
I had no idea anything was going on in India.
Well, I just heard about it today. Apparently the Prime Minister of India has sort of passed a lot of legislation that makes things really bad for Muslims in the Kashmir region, the northern region of India.
Dude, I feel the whole world is beating up on Muslims right now. The Chinese were doing some shit recently, I heard.
Right, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Dude,
have we progressed at all?
So, I don't know. I got to ask you something, and, feel free to not discuss it here. But
can I, hold on, before we start this, can I discuss it in a song form?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Do you need some melodies?
Well, ask me the question first.
Oh, okay. When you were recently over at my place, you had this conversation with one of my parents' friends.
Yeah.
Where he was like, "But you're not Muslim, right?" I don't know if you remember that. I don't know if it caught your mind. But I thought it was a really weird thing to say.
It didn't catch my.
It didn't hit you. It didn't hit you. Okay. I just thought it was a weird thing for him to say that. There was definitely a lot of bias in that statement.
I didn't catch it, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sensitive to that kind of stuff, so I don't know.
Maybe I'm glad. I kind of you just let it slide in the moment, but I thought for sure you noticed.
The conversation was very good.
Okay.
The conversation was very good that
night. All right, good.
Your mom's friends are amazing. They're so intelligent. The conversation's so good.
Yeah.
You need to get them on the podcast.
Yeah. A lot of conversations about Chicago, who I still have no idea.
The band.
Can we play a Chicago song right now? I'm gonna look up a Chicago song while we talk.
Well, look up the title of one and let's try to replicate it without hearing it.
And then compare it To the actual song? All right.
Yeah.
That's a great idea right there.
Let me try.
Have you heard of Chicago before?
I have, but I don't know. Like,
But you wouldn't be able to.
I couldn't tell you.
Specify a song.
It sounds pretty rockish, huh?
Yeah, I guess all we have to go by is genre, year, and title of the band. Okay, I'm dumb.
I'm done. That's the name of the song.
No.
Oh, that's
I'm dumb for typing in Chicago and expecting it to find find the band. Yeah. All right, Chicago band. Let's see what we got here. It's a rock band, American rock band formed in '67 in Chicago.
Tony, type in
rock and roll band.
Song.
Okay. I'm just giving you a little bit of info, or do you not want the info?
I don't want any of the info.
All right.
I want the title of the song.
Okay, all right. I'll just give you the title song. All right. The first result is called "You're the Inspiration,"
which is
the
ironic
second song
because Chicago is the inspiration.
Actually, these are interesting names. Hard to Say I'm Sorry.
Okay.
25 or 6 to 4.
No, I don't like that.
What is that? Color My World. Saturday in the Park. Hard Habit to Break. Beginnings. Does anybody really know what time it is, I think?
Pick one.
All right. Let's do... There's I Don't Want to Live Without Your Love. That sounds very generic.
No.
Along Comes a Woman.
Okay, all right.
Want to do Along Comes a Woman?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on, let me put this mic down here. Ladies and gentlemen.
Along comes a dog. Along comes a cat. Along comes the rain. Along comes my pain. But along comes a woman. Along comes a woman. Yeah. Along comes a woman. Yeah. Along comes a woman. Yeah. Along comes a cow. Along comes manure. Along comes more bills. Along comes a condom. But along comes a woman. Along comes a woman. Along comes a woman. Along comes a woman. That was Along Comes a Woman by the Notorious, by the band Chicago. That was a really good song. I hope the microphone caught that because that was borderline brilliant.
That was a great song.
Borderline brilliant.
Along comes manure. Along comes a condom. But then, along comes a woman. It makes that chorus so powerful.
Oh, let's pick up your mic. Let's get this melody down real quick. Ready? Pick just the harmony. Who are you texting?
I'm typing in to hear the real song.
Oh. Well, no, we can't play it or else YouTube will take it down.
We have to play a little bit of it.
We can't.
It won't take it down.
YouTube will take. All right, let's try it.
It will. I mean, we'll just play a tiny section. Dude, it's a song from '84. Yeah. Along comes a woman. Along comes a woman. A woman. All right. And now, ladies and gentlemen.
Along Comes a Woman by the real Chicago.
I had to turn my sound up. Excuse me. Along comes a woman. Here's the real deal, baby.
If you can open it. With
After
a little
this
help
ad
from Google
finishes.
One, a phone plan by Google.
All right.
Everyone in the family agrees on one favorite.
Double ad. Wow, this must be a popular song. All right. Let's see how close we were. All right.
We nailed it. Go to the middle. Fuck this shit.
All right, we're jumping.
Oh,
We were not too far off, I gotta say.
it's like,
Oh, that's so 80s.
Alright, turn off.
Yo, it sounds like
royalty audit.
It sounds like Peter Gabriel.
Tony, you gotta pick up your mic, dude.
I think it's fine. My voice seems to carry. Yeah. Yeah, it sounded a lot like Peter Gabriel, man.
That's not what I expected.
The monkey. Shock the monkey. I'm gonna say that our song was more emotional than theirs. What are you doing?
Texting the cousins group.
In the middle of the podcast?
I hate doing it, but
All right. Well, let's see. What do we got in the news? What's relevant? So did you hear about this light bulb ban? And is that a real thing?
Light bulb band? Oh, ban.
Not ban.
Oh, the
rollback on
restriction?
efficiency standards of light bulbs.
Yeah, so basically Donald Trump rolled back efficiency standards on light bulbs. So essentially you could have light bulbs that take up significant amount of energy.
How does he have the authority?
Because he's the president of the United States, so he makes the rules. It's like being the boss.
That's not how it works.
It's like being the boss.
It's not a corporation.
Okay, explain to me how it
or
works.
is it? Or is it?
Explain to me how it works, please.
Well, there's checks and balances. You
Are
can't just
there?
you can't just look.
This is what people don't
has
get about
people.
president.
He has
People
connections.
Like the president doesn't matter. Yeah, it does. You're the boss.
You're the boss, but you're basing a ton of your decisions on advisors. Hopefully, right?
Yeah, Trump talks to advisors. He doesn't just fly by the seat of his pants.
I think he has shitty advisors. I don't know, to be honest.
I just don't get like what the purpose of that is, like to roll back efficiency standards, because he's doing it with automakers too.
I don't get it.
It's like it's
like
just like, all right.
Does he just want to dismantle everything that smacks of anything environmentally friendly? Like
I think he just wants to do everything that's good for the economy, not thinking about any sort of long term.
Nothing long term. Yeah.
Because as long as the economy's doing well,
then his approval ratings are
fine. And so if he could borrow tomorrow off today, then he'll do just fine.
That's another thing that was on the news today. Is how Donald, first of all, his approval rating has actually gone up since he was impeached. Yeah, it's actually gone up. Because people are just digging in.
Stupid, like they look dumb trying to impeach him.
Why?
Because it's like they just look like why are you doing this? That's what they look like. Like that's how they look. That's how they're coming off.
But don't you feel like they have pretty solid grounds for impeaching him?
Yes. But it's Teflon Don. Nothing sticks to Teflon Don like Teflon.
Is that his nickname now? Teflon Don?
It's been his nickname.
Yeah, nothing sticks to him, and he's somehow reached the level where as soon as you say something bad about him, it reflects bad on you because you must be full of shit and just trying to take him down. Even if what you're saying is true, you're right, it won't stick, and it'll make the person that's accusing them look bad. So maybe that's what you mean. The Democrats look bad, but I think the Democrats have valid points.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because the House has the vote, so it just does. That's why it doesn't matter.
He's never going to get kicked out, but
so that's why it seems silly.
You would think a president being impeached would affect public perception of him.
I feel like Democrats go after Trump like you're fighting Achilles, but you keep like punching his biceps. And I just set myself up because it sounds like I know what Trump's Achilles is, but I don't. But it's like I just hate the approach. Like,
well, what other approach is there? I mean, these are big things.
You have to
in a rational world.
Yeah.
Both the Russian collusion thing I'm so confused about that I don't even know if that's like what really happened there, and if he's but this thing with trying to get basically a bribe out of the Ukrainian president that isn't in a rational world. That's a pretty fucked up thing to.
It's insane.
To do.
Okay, it's like you have to attack him. Trump won the election because he was very elementary in his approach.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was very like name calling and so I think you kind of have to fight fire with fire. You can't beat Trump with intellect and reason. You have to beat him with like
a bullying.
Yeah, you have to beat him in like a simpler way.
Damn, you might be right.
Because
like just do something that really embarrasses him almost. Like
yes.
in a very
it has to
in the moment almost kind of a way.
You have to demean him in a way a simpleton would understand as demeaning.
So like a pants pull down in public. Like just somebody's just gonna go yoink.
Yeah. Something like that. I don't know, dude. I mean, I have no faith in America.
America's nuts. It's a crazy place.
Yeah.
But you know
what isn't crazy?
what?
I don't know. We suck at podcasting today.
It's fine.
It's the worst podcast we've ever done.
You always think that. You always think that while we're recording it.
It ends up being great.
It might not
That's
be.
what I'm sure of.
Here, one thing I can say for sure is it's always different when you hear it back
Yeah.
than what you thought it was in the moment. Sometimes you think it's good.
Yeah.
You hear it back, it's not that good.
Yeah.
Other times you think it's bad. It could be all combinations are possible.
This is true.
All combinations are possible.
I've never thought one was good and listened to it and it was bad.
That's never happened?
No.
Okay.
Maybe it has.
Have you ever thought one was bad and then you listen to it and you think it's good?
I with Donald Trump, I just think he's like very he's very good man because he don't care what people think. He do what he want. Like he just go to restaurant and say I no tip because service bad.
Yes, he's like Russians, they like to eat steak, potato, get big and confident.
Big.
Trump, he is steak potato president. He eats steak, he eat potato, he confident man.
He is a steak and potato fucking president. If I ever run for president, that's gonna be my slogan. Human bossy, the steak and potato president.
Like
my flag's just gonna be steak and potatoes.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's happening to this world,
Yeah.
I keep getting conflicting information. A lot of people are saying things are better than ever and that things have always been really, really messed up.
Yeah.
It's just that we're now hyper aware of them. And that could be why we think things are getting worse, but they're not.
Yeah, I heard a really good quote the other day. It's like, we know everything that's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we know everything that's wrong. But like when you were a kid, you didn't know everything that was wrong. You just knew like one thing that was wrong.
Yeah. Well, even adults knew less about what was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You knew your town's problems. You went to your little town meeting.
Because internet.
Yeah. So much we didn't anticipate with the internet, We didn't even think about these things when we came up with the internet. We were just like, oh, this is going to be awesome. We're going to connect.
Yeah.
No one thought about the negatives.
I'm sure things are pretty good.
As far as like those kinds of metrics, like how many people are hungry, how many people are in poverty,
How many people are murdered.
Those things seem to be all improving.
Yeah.
But then the mental health statistics in developed countries are showing that mental health is getting worse.
Yeah.
So but then is that another sign of we're just more conscious of mental health problems now? Like we're diagnosing more?
Do you think we're diagnosing more, or do you think people are genuinely more depressed and anxious now?
I think people are more depressed and anxious now because
I do too.
We're not really designed for a world like this.
Yeah. I think we've discussed this before on this podcast, but fuck it, I'll bring it up again. It's like, I think one of the most important things for a human being is to be a part of a culture, or like a community, rather. And I think that is very low right now.
Possibly the lowest it's been in human history.
Yeah.
Like,
so
there's no community.
How do we build community?
It's weird because the internet should make that easy. I don't know, man.
Like, how do we build community? Have you ever?
You have to make an effort. People have lost their motivation to seek one out in a way.
Yes.
Like, it's just too easy to
I
fill your...
You know why people aren't pursuing that? Because they don't understand the importance of it.
True. They think that the substitute is just as good.
What is the substitute?
Social media.
I don't
For
think
example.
I don't think they ever had it, so they don't know how important
For young
it was.
young people, that's also true. They don't know.
Like,
Yeah.
your friends were saying this at the party, the Russian party I was at, where there was like, yeah, our parents would just party and just throw us in the basement.
They were saying what? They'd have a party and throw us in the basement?
Yeah, like the kids.
Yeah.
Like, the parents would just hang out,
Yeah.
and then the kids would just be there.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's how your parents did
Well,
it.
we weren't even in the basement. We'd just be
Just running around.
Running
or
around.
whatever.
Yeah.
And then they'd be up till 2 a.m., 3 a.m., whatever.
Yeah.
Kids.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But, like, with my generation, with all the parents I know, they're so focused on, like, the kid and stuff. It's like, oh, 10 o'clock, gotta go home. Like, there wasn't that community. Like, the way I was raised, like, my mom had a ton of friends, like Ashton's parents and, you know, the cousins and everything. And they would just throw parties, and then the kids would just be running around. This was like a weekly, bi-weekly thing. This was a regular thing.
Yeah. Same as
Same with
same
you.
as me. Yeah.
But that's not something that exists much anymore in our society now.
Do you think that's a change in time, or just because Russian and Persian cultures are different from American cultures? Because I almost remember noticing that about American culture even when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
American families don't like party hard with their kids there. Most of them don't seem to. Like, there's much more of
I think it's both. I think it's
bedtime.
definitely the cultural component, but I definitely think with time, even Americans were more community based in the 90s than they are now.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like somewhere to go once a week. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. It's like, I just think community is very important, and I think most people don't have that.
You know what I think another issue is I totally agree community is really important. But the internet has sort of given us so much. It's shown us so much about people that these days it's hard to be surprised by someone or really like surprised by an idea. In a way, originality has been taken away. It's nearly impossible to be.
What does that have to do with community? I don't understand.
When you meet someone, one of the exciting things about meeting someone is sharing new ideas. Like, you learn their unique perspective on the world.
Okay.
They learn your new perspective on the world. But now nothing's original. It's like, oh, yeah, I heard that on a podcast. Yeah, that's not original. And it sort of lessens the connection, because before that would have been like the only person you've ever heard that life perspective on.
That's interesting.
So I think like that makes it harder to connect because we've seen everything now.
That's interesting. But if you were moving around in different circles, you'd probably hear some things you've never heard about before.
I think it's definitely still possible.
Yeah.
Just harder.
Because
it's
even
harder.
with the internet shit we search, we're always like searching in the same bubble or in the same echo chamber, if you will.
That's true.
Like, I just want to spend a week on someone else's like YouTube suggestions, you know?
Right.
But I'm in my YouTube suggestions, and it's just, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
makes it
when's
really
the last
easy.
time you discovered something super dope that you were really into? Like,
Damn.
new and dope. Like, that's the best feeling in the world when you, like, discover something brand new that, like, damn, I'm really fucking into this thing. I can't believe I went this long without knowing about this thing. Maybe it's like a music artist or, like, a hobby or, like...
I'd have to think about. I mean, definitely there's been some music stuff.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it was revolutionary.
Yeah.
It was more of like a little bit of a step, like a little bit of an expansion on what I was already listening to.
Right.
But it wasn't something like totally brand new.
Right.
I can't think of something
But don't you
totally
think there's
brand
some
new right
shit
now.
out there that you're probably not hip to that would be, like,
Yeah.
really exciting for you?
I hope so. I
Yeah, me
hope
too.
there's stuff
I'm sure
like that.
there is. I mean,
Yeah.
the universe is vast. I'm sure there's,
Yeah.
like, something out there that I'm like, oh, my God, this is the dopest thing in the world. But I
Yeah.
don't know about it, you know?
Yeah.
To me, dope to me. You know, it might be not so dope to someone else.
True.
You know? Like some weird hobby or something.
I guess, the psychedelic experience is always a brand new kind of a thing. Like
I was
that
gonna bring
can
that
sort of
up, yeah.
open you up to something that you have never even really thought of before.
Yeah.
Maybe that was my last time thinking like
You're like
this is
excited
totally
about something. Yeah, that's probably mine too. And I've done only one psychedelic since then.
Since when?
Since getting excited about, like, there was a time when I would log into YouTube and my suggestions were like a lot of psychedelic, you know.
Last time I did it, I also went on a bender of watching those kinds of videos.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. We gotta connect, but I feel like it might just all be changing in ways we can't imagine. Like, what is this new generation gonna be like?
Yeah. They're less social, for sure. They're less human social.
Yeah.
It's weird. I have a coworker who's younger. He's like 23, 24. And, like, he doesn't really talk much.
Yeah.
But then when we leave work, he'll text me. Like, friendly shit.
That's so
like,
bizarre, yeah.
Like, links and stuff, you know? It's weird, man. The new generation is... There's definitely a lack of social ability or fluency in the younger generation.
Yeah.
It's strange. In my experience. I don't know, maybe I'm just in different circles or whatever, but the loneliness epidemic is huge, you know?
Yeah. And that's like such a unhealthy thing. You know, people will say like drugs, alcohol, bad diet.
Yeah.
But
loneliness is right up there.
Loneliness is up there.
Yeah. Shit, I'm going to put in that Who Man Is Lonely song here.
No stranger to loneliness is he. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to the worst podcast ever.
Come on, man. Have some faith.